Hey everyone, it's Johnny, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to take a look at a Harvest Collection haul. Now, I have two boxes here of things that are both for myself as well as for some customers, so won't be opening everything, but we will be taking a look at what's in here. We'll be playing around with at least a couple things on this little unboxing, and then we might go back later with colored bulbs in another video if you're really interested. So, without further ado, let's dive in. We have some interesting things here. We have a Harvest Oil 3-pack. Now, these are for a customer, so I'm not going to go in and open them and smell them because I don't want them to be open just yet. But that being said, let's read really quickly through the descriptions of the different scents. So we have in this oil collection, Caramel Apple Crumble, which is delicious apple topped with cinnamon crumble and a drizzle of caramel. Then you have Golden Pear Nectar, which is golden pear and crisp apple whipped with apricot nectar until sugary sweet. And Pumpkin Cinnamon Twist, which is pumpkin perfectly spiced with cinnamon and clove. So, this is a wonderful collection. It does sound like it's tailored a little bit more to like the bakery, maybe some spice and a little bit of fruity sort of crowd. But it does kind of fit the notes of a Harvest sort of collection. So if you've gotten this, feel free to let me know what your thoughts are on the different 3 fragrances and what they smell like. Again, I'm not going to open this because this is for a customer. But very interested to see what you might think about them. Next, we have in this lovely little box here, or bag, I should say, pardon the noise, we have some bars. So we have our Harvest 3-pack of bars. So we have, what is this, Cranberry Pumpkin Spice, we have Toasted Acorn and Oak, and we have Orchard Apple and Spice. Now, I don't have the scent notes with me because that would be too smart, naturally, but let's take a little sniff on these scents and see what they smell like. So, Cranberry Pumpkin Spice. I assume it's going to be cranberries and pumpkins and spice. At least, let's find out. Alright, so I get pumpkin right out the bat. I do get like a sugared spice note, so that could be, I feel like this had like a scent note of sugared cranberry. And I do get that kind of sugared note. Something like that sugary note is similar to the Genie's bar that has like 3 wishes, I think it's called. It has that sort of sugary note to the fruity note. But it is kind of a nice scent. I was surprised. I'm not a huge pumpkin person. I like pumpkin scents. I don't love them. Ooh, see, it's more well-balanced when you smell the bottom of the bar. You do get a bit more of the spice. I definitely pick up like a cinnamon note. Maybe a clove note? It's either clove or nutmeg. I always kind of confuse the two of those for whatever reason. And I think this is more clove. And you don't get like a ton of the cranberry, but you do get like a sort of fruity berry note to this. It is predominantly pumpkin and like mixed spices though. At least on cold. Now, I have been surprised, as you'll see in like an upcoming fragrance feedback, there were some scents that I thought were going to smell one way on like warm, and they didn't. They were completely different from what they smelled like on cold originally. So this may be one of those, but it's okay. I'm not necessarily like a huge fan of this on cold, but it's not bad. All right, next we have Orchard Apple and Spice. Again, this is probably going to be an apple spice scent. Let's see how spicy and appley it is. Okay, so this isn't like Johnny Appleseed. This is more of like a crisp, maybe a golden apple, something that's more of like sun-kissed. It's more of a muted, not quite baking apple. It's kind of like apple spice, like apple cider sort of apple. Where it's less juicy and more mellowed. Yeah, I get more of an apple cider sort of quality to this. It's not as spice heavy as I expected it to be, which is nice because I'm not a big spice person, but it is more of a mellow apple scent, and I kind of like this on cold. I don't know, I'm always hesitant with ones that have spice because sometimes the spice becomes a predominant scent, Sometimes it just doesn't exist, and I'm like, woo! But you definitely get the spice. It's more muted in this one rather than the other scent. Yeah, and it is a slightly juicy, but it is more of like a golden apple or apple cider, sort of like almost kind of baked apple. It's not a fresh, juicy, just fresh picked out of the orchard apple. It's like we brought it back and like we're starting to simmer like the spices on the stove for a cider, and then we're gonna put like the fresh apple slices in there, and you start getting that aroma. That's kind of more what I get out of this. It's nice though. I think I like this one a little bit better, at least in cold, than the pumpkin cranberry pumpkin spice one. And then the last one we have is Toasted Acorn and Oak. And I've heard that this one is a lighter scent, but we will see. Let's see what it smells like first. Okay, so you do get that kind of acorn nutty quality. It is, there's almost kind of like a, it's not really buttery. It's like what I would expect out of something that has like marshmallow in it or like a buttercream note. At least on the bottom. On the top of this though, you get some woodsy oak. I should say on the bottom of the bar. You get some woodsy oak. You get like a sweetness. Yeah, it's like a golden sort of warmth and sweetness. I don't know that an acorn would necessarily give me that sense, so I'm guessing that there's some sort of like dewy apple or some other sort of note in here. But you do get that kind of, what's the best way I can describe an acorn? It's kind of, has like a slight creamy nutty note to it. It's not vanilla. It's not caramel. It's not butter even. But it has that sort of like, when you open a can of like almonds or peanuts and you get kind of like that whiff of like nut sillage, if you will, that comes out of any sort of jar of nuts. That's kind of what I'm getting from this kind of like toasted acorn component. And then you do get the woodsy oak note. It's not overwhelming, and there is, like I said, a sweetness of some sort. It's like a golden sweetness, like a golden apple, maybe a pear even, dare I say. But there is a sweetness to this as well underlying it. So it's not just heavy, like, wood and nut scent. I kind of like this. I don't know. We'll see how this warms. On cold, it's a very interesting and different scent from what I've smelled in past. So I am liking that part of it. So I don't know. Maybe I will like it. Maybe I won't like it. And then we have some of the new Nightmare Before Christmas. This is the Oogie Boogie scent Roll of the Dice. I've never smelled this one before. I don't actually know the scent notes on this. Oh, well, that's different. There's like a green something in this. And I don't mean just like the bar is green. Like, yes, that is true too. What are the scent notes on this one? I'm so curious now. Ah! So I drop it. I almost get like a melon note. Melon? It gives me like melon qualities. It's not quite cantaloupe. It's not quite green melon. And there's almost like just a green general note to this. Kind of gives me like honeydew vibes too. This is kind of fun because like I'm gonna go eventually and look at the actual scent notes to this and be like, whoa, I'm completely off. Yeah, I can't like shake that. Like there's an aquatic sort of like honeydew melon kind of vibe to this. Maybe like, but then there's a tartness to it too. Like I almost want to say there's like a kiwi note the more I smell it. I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting this to smell like, so that doesn't really help, but it's definitely a lot more, maybe there's like a watermelon note to this. I don't know, it's very much more fresh, dewy, fruity than I expected, considering like Jack Skellington's Jack's Obsession scent is like green apple and cinnamon. And then like Halloween Town is kind of like this creamy, berries meets cedarwood meets like this, like essence of blueberry cheesecake kind of vibes in there, but not quite as like pungent as that. But like a creamy note. This is throwing me for a loop. It reminds me of like stuff from our spring summer catalog. I can't shake like this melon scent to this. I don't know. I'm not sure that I'm like wild about this on cold. It definitely doesn't scream fall, harvest, or holiday. It definitely feels more like a spring, summer sort of scent. Like something you might like warm on a spring day, or like, I don't know, this gives me like April vibes. There's gotta be like a watermelon or a honey. There's got to be. Or kiwi or something. But anyways, very, very much like a fruity, more fresh, dewy, aquatic scent than I expected it to be. But then again, I don't know what I expected it to be, so that's not really saying much. All right, moving on. Enough sniffing of the bars. Let's talk about the Nightmare Before Christmas Lock, Shock, and Barrel mini warmer. So this is for a customer, but she was kind enough to allow me to share this with all of you so you can see it in person. I'm going to be using my own tabletop base for this, just to kind of make it easier to plug in, since I don't have a 3-prong outlet for the traditional night light setup here at the moment, but it'll get you the same general idea of what it'll look like. So let me go ahead and plug this in really quick and try not to unplug my ring light, which seems to always happen. Okay. So in here, when you get this, the cool thing about these warmers is that they do have a black nightstand nightlight base. Most of our mini warmers have a white one. The black one is exclusive to like the Nightmare Before Christmas warmers. Now, I'm not going to use this one, but just to give you an idea, that one as well as the Jack Skellington mini warmer both came with the black base. So let's pull out our nightlight bulb here, our 15-watt bulb. Make sure it works okay. Let's see off camera. Yes, okay, so that works. So we are gonna just go ahead and gently place the warmer on top of the tabletop base. Now, if you're not sure what a tabletop base is, we sell these separately. So if you want to convert a nightlight warmer from a wall plug warmer to a tabletop base, you can get one of these. Just make sure you get the one that corresponds with whether or not you have a ceramic or a glass warmer. Okay, so the Lock, Shock, Barrel, is that what it's called? Yes, Lock, Shock, and Barrel. It's a long name for a warmer. This is the warmer itself. It's a pretty sizable warmer, and the top of the bathtub is where you would put your wax. So I'm gonna carefully remove this from here, and there should be, yes, there will be these little, I don't know if you can see them, metallic, it's a metal piece that has Lock, Shock, and Barrel on it, and you will stick it into these little parts on the top of the tub so that it'll sit on top there kind of like this and look like so. I'm going to leave this in here for now, but let's put this on this base to give you an idea of what it will look like when it is lit up. So here we go, 3, 2, 1. All right, let me pull it back a little. There we go. You can see a little bit better. So we have Jack kind of chilling over here in our design. And like I said, you would eventually put these on top to kind of complete the warmer. Now, again, this tabletop base is white. The one that comes with the warmer for the wall is black, so it'll give you a little bit more contrast on your warmer. But this is a pretty meaty sized warmer, if you can tell, compared to, I don't have a standard nightlight warmer next to me right now, unfortunately, but those are usually like similarly sized to the base of this. So this is like a good sized mini warmer. So just keep that in mind. You may want to have a place that has enough room for it, or considering getting a tabletop base that has the ceramic fixture on it so you could put it on a table. All right, so let me put this over here carefully really quick so that it is safe and nice and ready to be delivered. And then we will take a look at what we have in our other box over here. Okay, got that, got that. Grab our little nightlight bulb. Make sure we have everything in there. You don't want to lose anything. Okay, moving right along. I will put that carefully away in a moment. In our other box here, let's talk about what we have. Oh, we have a cleaning bundle in dish soap and counter clean in red pear and pomegranate. This was a scent of the month. Was it last year or earlier this year? I can never remember. I think it was earlier this year. But either way, it is a great scent. It's more of a, since it's a red pear, it's a little bit less sweet and dewy compared to a standard traditional pear that we think of that's like yellow-green-ish. And then there's the tartness of the pomegranate as well. So this is not a super sweet fruity scent. It's more of like a sweet / tart fruity scent. It's a little bit more mellow. I have some customers who absolutely adore this. I love our counter clean, and I actually really enjoy our dish soap as well. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pick it up in the bundle for myself and see how it performs. I do like the bar. It's not in my club. It's a scent that I enjoy, but didn't need to have in my life all the time, all for eternity. So seeing it come back in this bundle is kind of cool. All right, let's put those over here. Let's see what else we got. We got a bunch of light bulbs. We're not gonna go through these. These are light bulbs. They're colored light bulbs. We have red, orange, green, and some other Halloween / fall sort of thematically picked colored bulbs. All right, next we have some room sprays hiding over here. Yes. So we have room sprays in the following scents. We have salted caramel toffee, cashmere and corduroy, cinnamon buttercream, blue sage and tonka, graham cracker crunch, scarlet sunflower, eucalyptus wreath, red berry and spruce, and bright cider life. So these are great if you have a scent that maybe you don't necessarily want to have in wax form all the time, but you would from time to time like to smell or have whiffs of through your house. Our room sprays are great. They're very concentrated. They last a long time, both in terms of like long-term over many days and months of use, but also they last for a good at least couple hours when you spray them into the room. And you don't need to spray like 7,000 sprays to get them to be there. You can spray like 3 to 5 sprays and you'll get a good, nice fragrance from that. So I do appreciate these. They last a very long time. The mist is fine, so if you do go a little bit crazy with your spraying, you're not just going to saturate your carpet or chair or desk or wherever you're spraying. And it's great too, like I said, if you have a scent that maybe you want to have around for a while, but you don't necessarily want to stock up on a bunch of wax bars, this is a great alternative to get your scent fix. Next, we have, what do we have in here? I think this is another Harvest 3-pack of bars, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, and we already went over those, so we're not going to go over those again. Oh, but wait, hang on. There's a Looney Tunes bar, so this is not Harvest Collection. Womp womp, but I have not smelled this bar, so let's take a quick whiff, shall we? What is this smell? This kind of reminds me of Born to Shine from the Glam Collection. It has that, like, nectarine, tangerine, whatever, citrusy scent thing going on. This is floral. Like, it's a warm floral I'm getting from this. Woo! Hello, berries. What is that berry? Name that berry. I don't know, but I really like it. Ooh, this is like Born to Shine from... Oh, what is it mixed with? Oh, what is the scent note? It's berry, I know that much. It gives me like raspberry, maybe. Raspberry vibes? This is surprisingly good. So I get on the top of it, you get more of that like nectarine, nectarine blossom, sort of apricot blossom, something sort of like floral, but it's like slightly citrus rooted. You get like a raspberry kind of quality berry note that bites through. Maybe almost like a blueberry too. I know there's definitely like a berry note in here. See, this again would be a great time when Johnny would have the scent notes, so I could just not prattle on about what I think is in here and be like, oh yes, I identify that. Yes, I do, or no, I don't. All right, so color me impressed. I actually really enjoy this scent, so at least I'm cold. That could change when I warm. Has before. I'm sure will happen again at some point. All right, moving on. Let's see. We got some other things. We have a Scentsy Soak in Appleberry. Now, I have not smelled this scent before. I don't think we've had it in wax form, to my knowledge. I was kind of surprised that they released it in this particular form as well as in the scrub and did not offer it in a wax bar form. I thought that was very bizarre, especially considering, at least in past, usually we would have something, if it's a newer scent, it would also be available in wax. So I don't know what the thinking was there. I don't know, maybe it's available in other regions and it's just in these specific items in our region. No idea, but this is described as crimson apple, pomegranate, and cranberry, and that sounds heavenly, and I cannot wait to use this as a bath soak. So we'll see. I will report back at some point on what that smells like. Very curious. I'm not going to open it right now because I don't need to have my whole area around here being filled up with pink Himalayan salts and other goodies right now. And then we have 3 warmers. We have the Enchanted Pumpkin warmer, which is a returning favorite. It is now sold out as of this video as I post it. It's a beautiful warmer. I have a couple. I wanted to get a third to round out and make a trio. And hint, hint, the upcoming October warmer of the month, if you missed out on this one, is also a pumpkin, but it's a different type. And it's gorgeous, and I'm getting it. So if you missed out on this one, there is another pumpkin on the way, but it is a different type and equally as gorgeous, a little bit different, but if you like that more refined, classy look, be on the lookout for that one. I may do a video with this one and the colored bulbs because this one and the 20-watt colored bulbs, pretty bomb. Pretty bomb. All right, next we have the, what is this? The Forever Fall Warmer. We are going to open this one and look at it with the regular bulb today, and we may come back and look at it at some future point with colored bulbs, but this is one of the newer warmers that we received for this collection. It comes with this beautiful clear glass dish, like many of our warmers do. And I'll be honest with you, I prefer the clear glass dishes because sometimes the colored glass dishes, sometimes the color will wear off over time as you continually clean them and use wax in them. I don't know, it's not always the case, but I find that that's more likely when you have a dish that is colored glass or a special color rather than just the clear ones. So, you know, leave the warmer to be extravagant. All right, so this one, maybe we'll do this one as a comparison. So if anyone remembers the fall, I think it's called Fall Leaves Warmer. It's a very similar design. It comes along with that sort of grouted feel like the Dainty Daisy did, but unlike both that and the Fall Leaves Warmer, the tiles, mosaic pieces of the leaves in this case are not clear. They are colored with fall colors, so red, orange, yellow, probably brown, something along those shades, as you can kind of see. They're not just clear white. So what will be interesting, ooh, maybe I'll do a comparison video between this and the Fall Leaves Warmer. When you have colored mosaic tiles like this, one thing that'll be interesting is that if you do choose to use a colored bulb instead of the regular clear bulb, it will change the hue of those colors in a slightly different way than it might if it was a completely white sort of clear thing. All right, so this is a 25-watt warmer. Let me plug this in for us. Oh, come on. I Can you do this? Yes. All right, so plug that. I know exactly where this is going. This one is going to be for myself because I do love the fall leaves motif. All right, here we go. And it does have a little place. It's a glass with the grout, so you have a little place for the warmer so it doesn't hobble over. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Maybe. Ah! Ooh. Okay. All right, I see you. So this is actually really gorgeous, and I was a little on the fence at first because I was like, well, do I want one that has pre-colored glass pieces? And the answer now is yes, a resounding yes. So what will happen is if you do pick a colored bulb to put in here, some of these might appear more of a different shade. For example, if you did a red bulb, I'm guessing the red leaves will look even more dark red. The oranges will have more of a reddish hint. You know, the yellowish leaves might appear more like yellow-orange. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll do that. But I will say I think it's absolutely gorgeous, and I'm glad that I picked this one up. So thank you to me for picking it up. But I do love it. It is textured. This is one of those ones because of the grout. You want to be careful when you're replacing the wax. Use a cotton cleanup. Wait till it's solidified or remove the dish from the warmer and take it away from this design so you don't splatter wax onto the grout because that is a pain to remove. But beautiful warmer. And I believe this is still available. All right, so let me move that for a second. And then we're gonna look at the other warmer that I did pick up for myself, which is the very superstitious, I think it's called, warmer. It's the cat warmer. And we're gonna take a look at it because I'm very excited to do that. All right, whoa, here we go. So this one is a Edison warmer, if I recall, which makes it kind of unique. It's also a metal warmer, so it's probably going to perform, if I had to guess, like a beast in terms of throwing, because metal tends to heat better and warmer and faster, kind of like ceramic does. And because it's an Edison bulb, it's a very strong wattage, so very excited to see this. So let's figure it out. All right. I'm also kind of curious because I'm guessing that the dish goes underneath the cat's head. How do I open this? This is like a mountain of styrofoam. Excuse me. Excuse me, styrofoam. You need to calm down. Ah. Well, that's wild looking. Look at that. All right. So we have, again, a clear glass dish. I feel like we're kind of getting closer towards having standardized dishes for a lot of warmers, which I'm not mad about. I actually kind of prefer it because then if you need a replacement dish, it's not so hard to go and be like, well, I need to find this one, which is a few millimeters bigger than this one, and it's just we don't have it anymore, and blah, 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 blah. So there's a 4 at the bottom of this dish. That means that you can put up to 4 cubes in here of Scentsy wax before you will have a waxident or overflow issue. 4 cubes of Scentsy wax may not be equivalent to some other brands. If you choose to use Scentsy warmers for other waxes, just be mindful of the sizes of your cubes relative to a Scentsy wax cube, because you may find that you can use less or more cubes or whatnots in different brands. Although we strongly recommend you use Scentsy wax in our warmers, just because if you don't and you do have some sort of issue, it does technically void the warranty. So just be aware of that. It's not to say you can't warm other waxes in our warmers. They work really well with a lot of waxes in general. Just be mindful of that. All right, we have our Edison bulb. And where am I gonna put this? I'm running out of hands. Where's my... Wait, where's the... Oh, okay. I was not expecting that. So it's actually one piece. Just kidding. I was thinking that the cat's head was going to be like some separate thing on top. And I was totally wrong because it's like, where's the cat head? It's attached. It is attached. And then you put your dish up here. That's actually cool. I actually like that a lot more than I originally thought it was going to be like. Oh, can we not break the Edison bulb, Johnny? I'm a little too excited here. So, let me put the bulb in. Oh, it's cute. So my first pet, my first cat, I guess, was a long-haired black cat. So when I saw this warmer, naturally I was like, oh goodness, I need this in my life. And I'm so far really enjoying it. Where did I just put the dish? Johnny, you silly boy. Ha, there it goes. So it sits quite nicely. It does kind of shake a little bit. It's not gonna fall off because there's a nice big edge there, but just be aware that if yours shifts around a little, it's probably fine. Let me plug this in, and then we will see what this skeleton cat looks like. Now this one is also, I believe, still available. The only ones that I know for sure, I think, that have sold out are the Paranormal Pumpkin, which we are getting a limited stock back in soon-ish.tm, and then the Enchanted Pumpkin. Naturally, the pumpkins go really fast. Are we surprised? Okay, here we go. Here's our cat. Very superstitious. A 3, a 2, a 1. Okay, I really like this. So you can see the Edison bulb gives the silhouette of the bones of this lovely skeletal cat life. And you do get a little bit of the glow through the eyes. It's not as prominent, but that's because the dish kind of sits right behind there, and the dish will illuminate a little bit as well. This is such a beautiful warmer. It's just so different. And I'm not usually like, I prefer glass warmers. Sometimes ceramic, not usually huge on metal warmers. But in this case, I'm actually thoroughly enjoying this one. I think it's both simplistic but also intricate at the same time, and I think that's really, really working to its advantage rather than trying to be overly elaborate and then falling short. So I love it. I love it. Yep. So excited. I know exactly where I'm going to put it too. All right, so that is I think it's called the Superstitious Warmer, or Very Superstitious. Anyways, that one I believe is still available as we still speak in this video. And I believe that actually brings us to the end of our haul here. So hopefully this video was kind of fun and exciting. And also, if you haven't noticed, I decided to touch up my hair, compliments to my fantastic hairstylist. We actually named this color. We called it Blood of My Enemies Crimson Pinot Noir. And I think she kind of nailed that because, you know, we all need a little bit of vino in our lives, and, you know, maybe, you know, blood is the Halloween theme there, and it needed a refresh. It was getting a little bit, like, faded, like late fall fade. So anyways, thank you all for staying tuned to this channel and spending some time with me for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you are new here, consider subscribing, and I look forward to seeing you guys in our next video. So take care and have a great day. Bye!